fascination.
You stinking pig! What are you doing back in our town, boy?
Under the Milky Way tonight.
So you've heard some stories about me.
I've heard some.
Wish I knew what you were looking
You're reopening the
for.
investigation.
You think you're gonna get the truth in a town like this?
I didn't know what you would find.
When you've been lying about something for so long, it becomes second
And
nature.
it's something quite peculiar. Under the Milky Way tonight.
Genevieve, hello again.
Hi, Deb.
I feel like we're old friends, you know.
That's lovely.
And where are you at today? I'm in Las Vegas, and you're?
I live in London, so I'm in London in the UK.
Okay, well, that's why we're having some difficulty today, but thank you for sticking it out. I appreciate it. I enjoyed the drive immensely. What a great thriller. It was just a really a tight thriller. And this movie is really about two dual mysteries that are decades apart, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. It is a mystery thriller, suspense, but you're right. There are dual mysteries. There's a mystery from 20 years ago from Thorpe, wonderfully played by Eric Bana. I know your viewers will be really excited to hear that. And from the present, but also from his youth. And I play one of his friends, and so we share those secrets together, I guess.
Because as you said, Eric Bana plays Aaron. He returns home as a despised man. He's ostracized, accused of lying about that tragedy. You know, small town emotions and politics really come into play in The Dry.
Yes, absolutely. It does. I think it has an emotional weight because the characters are, well, they feel really human to me. They feel really deeply complex, all the characters within the town, the townspeople, because of course we share a history together. Once you grow up together, you share that history. And then there was a tragedy when they were young, and they carry that tragedy. Gretchen chooses to stay in the town, and Falk has to leave because that tragedy is impacting his life quite greatly. But by his coming back 20 years later, it opens all those wounds back up. And really, it's only his returning that provides the catalyst for perhaps things being explored properly.
And those emotions come bubbling back up, and they're more vicious than they were before, weren't they?
Yes, I think when people harbor secrets, there's a lot of pain that they pile on top of that.
You know, and being from Las Vegas, we're constantly conserving water, and I know Australia is going through a terrible drought, and that's a background also for this movie. The dusty yellowish setting, that really adds, I think, to the tension of the movie too.
I agree. I think the landscape, the drought-ravaged landscape, Australian landscape in this film almost serves as a richly potent character within the piece. You know, the landscape is both beautiful and haunting, and at the same time very dangerous. And you in Las Vegas know the threat of drought and the impact of living within the desert. No, you know it all too well. So I think I wonder if you really understood that instinctively when you were watching it.
Oh, absolutely. I felt right at home.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And tell me about the director's style, Robert Connolly. He had to adapt Jane Harper's bestseller. A lot to consider. How did he do?
I think he did extraordinarily well. I think Jane's novel was such a page turner. So many people loved it around the world. It was, you know, people loved that book. And I think he really paid such close attention to it, to the characters, to bring them to life without ever judging them. They feel completely three-dimensional. And Jane actually came out on set, and she was there filming with us for some days. And so I know she's really proud of the piece as well, which is a lovely thing to get to say, that the author loves the film.
And Eric Banya, we don't see enough of him, but every time we do, it's always an event. The intensity of his performance really jumps right at you, and he really embodies that character. He's
an extraordinary actor. I think he leads this film with such stoicism and with a brooding kind of presence. And Eric, he's a really celebrated actor, but because he's just so devoted to the storytelling, he really seeps himself into the character. He's a wonderful person to work with, to collaborate with. He was a joy to work with, and I think he's wonderful in this film.
I agree, and so are you. So congratulations, and thank you so much for joining me today, and good luck with the dry. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Jeffrey. And thank you for your patience.
My pleasure. Take care.